Hey everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are comparing the Headrush Pedalboard against the M9 from line 6. Let's go! So I have been using the Headrush Pedalboard for around a year now. I really like it. I mostly use it for the amp sim stuff. And I also have owned and used an M9 for, I would guess, 7 years now. Of course, there's no amp sim on the M9, so we are just using the effects. I'm running everything into my Hamstead RT60 and I'm miking up with a Lewitt MT440. And I did not have a camera stand that could be above this, so I'm doing some handheld stuff to show you both the pedal boards. This is the M9, you can see it's getting quite old. I used this on my board before for effects that I didn't have standalone guitar effects for. So I have used it quite a lot. On some gigs I've only used this one, that worked just fine. This, as I mentioned, is mainly used for the amp simulation stuff, but I also really like the effects on this one. I'm doing like the tube screamer thing, and a bit more distorted sound and a fuzz tone, comparing those, checking out the reverb and delay and maybe some tremolo. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's start with the tube screamer thingy on the M9 and compare that to the tube screamer thingy on the Headrush. Yes, so this is my clean tone. And let's see here, this is the one that's called Screamer. Let's hear that one. Let's go quickly over to the Headrush. Okay, let's do full on gain on both. Not at the same time. Let's do the Headrush first. M9. I will let you know what I think, but please do comment what unit you think sounds best. I think with the tube screamer, I definitely prefer the Headrush. It's down to just one thing, and there seems to be like a clean tone blend on the M9 that I'm not a huge fan of, or at least it's too much. Sometimes it's good to have just a tiny bit of your clean tone in the overdrive, like the Clan does that, for example, but there's definitely too much going on in the M9. For my taste, I do really prefer the one on the Headrush. So let me know what you think. Let's do a bit more distortion. I have set up kind of a rat pedal on both units here. Let's do again the M9 first. I think it's here. If you want to see that, it's called the Classic Distortion. On the Headrush, it's called the Black Op. Okay. Okay, Headrush. That's a bit too dark. Let's dial that in. This one is a bit more difficult because I do like both of them. The one on the Headrush seems a bit more powerful. It might just be down to adjustments, but I think I'm going for a tie on this one. What do you think? Yeah, I think I'm going for tie. Okay, fuzz. The one thing that I don't like with the Headrush, I don't have the latest firmware, so I'm not sure if they have fixed this, but there's only one fuzz pedal on there. I would like to see a couple more. Let's try the one that's on there and compare it to the one on the M9. From what I remember, I really liked the one on the M9, so I'm a bit curious on this one because I might end up liking this one more, but let's see. So this is the facial fuzz, and on the Headrush it's the tri-fuzz. Let's listen to the facial fuzz first and then go to the tri-fuzz. Headrush, where are you? Tri-fuzz. Well, the fuzz on the Headrush is definitely flexible when it comes to the tone, but I think I'm going for the M9 on this one. It's a bit more spitty at the same time, a bit more defined. It's almost too, if you're going towards the darker side of the fuzz, tone-wise, it's a bit too muddy, kind of, and it's when it's bright, it's too harsh, I think. So I prefer the one on the M9. Yes, yep. Okay, reverb, that's important. I have set up 2 spring reverbs. That's my go-to reverb. So let's try the one on the Headrush first and see how that sounds. There's no reverb on the amp whatsoever. It's only on the units here. Yep, clean tone. Reverb. Turning up the mix a bit. A bit more, and I'm increasing the decay time to 5 seconds. I think that sounds really good. Let's go over to the M9. This is the 63 spring. Yeah. Turning up the mix. Just a tiny bit more up with the mix. Back to the Headrush. Well, I think the reverb itself sounds better on the Headrush. That's just me, but there seems to be like a tiny bit of loss of your clean signal, or like the volume drops a bit when you are turning on this one. It's more stable on the M9. There might be something that I could do to change that, but I'm not sure how. So, but yeah, I prefer the sound of the reverb in this one, but it's also good on the M9. Okay, let's do analog delay. And we are going for the Headrush first. I think I'm going for a tie again. They are really similar. This one is a bit more bright, but yeah, I that's kind of my go-to delay type analog with a bit of modulation, like a Memory Man from Electro Harmonics. I think I'm going for a tie again, to be honest. Let's do Tremolo, and this one is from the line 6. Turn off the delay. I think this one is a tie as well. It's basically tremolo, so the volume goes up and down. I know it's a bit more to a tremolo than that, but for me that's how it sounds in the room now, so I would say tie again. To me it's kind of obvious that, like with the modulation things, it's more similar. It's more difficult when it comes to overdrive, even though I prefer the fuzz on this one. The overdrive on this one definitely sounds more organic to me, so I'm guessing more computer power and better simulation is doing something for the Headrush. They are obviously both digital, so there's nothing like components making overdrive sounds in here. It's just simulation. So I would go for the Headrush for the overdriven sounds. For the other stuff, it's more of a tie. I really do like them both. There's more options on this one. Obviously, it's newer, but still, I think the M9 is a good piece of gear if you just want a bunch of effects in your rig. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.